Reinstatement of Lockdowns. Episode 7, Part 1. Tune in for Part 2 on June 2nd and Part 3 on June 4th. Let's hear what the people have to say.
Welcome to another edition of Conscious Courant. This is your girl, Keriani, Ayasawide at Island Village, Ochiria. Today we'll be focusing on the reinstatement of lockdowns hinted by the government. Stay tuned. Andrew Holness stated that everybody has to take responsibility for their own health, but Tufton hinted at reinstating lockdowns. Are you prepared to go back into lockdown and with curfews, no movement days, and a ban of all party and other social gathering?
Well, when I see, I really enjoy around Jamaica, I follow, And it's like, if you lock down the country, you must make way for the people them who have to go out there to get them like a bread daily. You understand? And when I realize now, them look at other country, how them perform and follow for them not really make no own decision for them own. So in a sense, even the COVID, the vaccine now, them push it on people and you have no knowledge about where them push it on you. And in the long run, you're not too hear them do it again. So it's like them get the people them confused.
How we going to manage? How we going to feed our children? How we going to survive? And how we going to do our business?
So you're saying that we're not fully recovered from the past lockdown?
When from this lockdown, people hardly can get food. From this lockdown, we don't know, we couldn't manage. Because we're there at Jamaica, small island, and we don't really have it.
No, I don't agree with going back in our next lockdown, to be honest, because it's not good for the economy. I don't even see why we're even taking vaccine, to be honest. Because even though everything is left up, look how much people still in Jamaica still don't take the vaccine. Nobody now dead. It's just, and even during the war in Russia, to say me, you don't pretty hear anything much about COVID, to be honest.
So the war came and knocked COVID out the window?
Pretty much. So I feel like them brainwash the people in Jamaica a lot.
And then eventually,
I swear.
the same thing, bro, because going back in a lockdown, some persons it is better off for them, and some person, like for the poorer class of people,
poor class feel it.
Yeah, the rich man, when they're in a lockdown, they're making more money.
The
Poor man, we have to be struggling and suffering like every time
it's
to make ends meet when we did upon the lockdown eventually.
And there's no compensation for the people, the poorer class, really.
Exactly.
There's no compensation. They're not really business about, they can say whatever they want to say, to be honest, because they don't really care about the poor people. They're the real poor people of Jamaica.
They were like for the most the upper class set of people.
So
they're
just speaking on behalf of themselves and what they think is good for them.
Even when they had the lockdown, notice who keeping the biggest set of parties.
Yes.
The Prime Minister and those type of persons, the MP in associate, those are the persons that were keeping the bigger set of parties. And the poorer class of people keep suffering. So basically, for the lockdown, the government and those people, they were the one that benefit.
Even during the curfew, cruise ship come to Jamaica. Black people, Jamaican, them coming in suppose I see Jamaican. And you know who have more privilege? The Indians have more privilege than the Jamaican in Jamaica. I don't get it. And I'm not, even me, honestly, I wouldn't even vote. I don't see the reason why to even vote.
Rich man, bro.
I don't see it. Why? And Jamaican people are fool and need to get up and they need to stop run by and politics because it's not for them.
In my views, how I really analyze what's going on in this world, I think people are blind spiritually, but they only can see with their two physical eyes. I think people need to wake up and that third eye within, that spiritual self, that deep belief, that deep feeling within, I think that is the future towards our growth as a nation, as moving forward.
Well, seeing that we have been in COVID for 2 years or so. It is basically 2 years. Within that 2 years, we have had to adapt to the lockdown and the curfew and the vaccines and all of those things. Coming out of it now was also a major change because, we're going back into our regular life or the regular way of functioning. And then going back into lockdown is just, it's a lot.
Well, I really have nothing to say about them ban and them parties. But locking down people like prisoner because of this simple flu symptoms. That sound kind of like somebody with a piggish mentality. Him not open-minded, him not think. So me couldn't work with him now.
Okay.
And the other thing, I'm not a politician because I cannot join the system who separate people and divide people. We all are one, brothers and sisters. And when you put borderlines, you can't come down here so. Gun dog say to gun junko. The one I don't tell me shoot to no down and we are what have you. So these things only confusion and separation. Just like two plenty church too and a one God. And we all are one people. So me don't know where they are heading more than to the total destruction. We're going to solve the solution as Bob would say.
No, I really don't think we could manage another lockdown because the last one, it was very, very hard on us because we depend on tourism and everything was just a standstill. So I don't think we should go back to a lockdown.
Well, for right now, the people of Jamaica can't even manage that.
No.
Gathering?
No. That would cause public chaos, and I think that would increase the crime rate even more like it did with the previous lockdown. So I don't think that is wise. I think they're only looking at it at one aspect.
And also to take in consideration, quarantine affected a lot of people, not just like work-wise, but also mentally, especially at school. So to go back to that, I think it's better to just like adjust to what we already have because we just came out of quarantine and lockdown and all that stuff. So to go back to it would be a major adjustment to do once again. So I think
and I think people are adjusting to this, to the place opening back up pretty well. I don't see like the cases rising as much as they were before, despite the place being more open. So I think a lockdown a next lockdown wouldn't really be necessary.
Thank you for tuning in to Conscious Courant. Soon come back.
Yes, Jamaica people, I'm Simon, I'm from Linstead, St. Catherine. Just listen to the words of this little lyrics I'm put together. I tell the people them for turn in when them don't have salt. And I rough up the people them like have the people them fault. I out the people them like a cow and yam grass. And I come and go on like you a boss. People unfeel wise up, unfeel looking on yourself. No sister them having like a buckle on a shelf. Like a sun against butter, them having no one melt. Black people, you know what them want the wealth. People don't make them take enough in no animal. I'll see a be a hospital and funeral. And I come and go on like them a general. But we are going to see the ending of them, the official. People who wise up, who look and make them take enough in a fool. Riding like no art and make them riding like a mule. And I go on like say we never go to school. Easy we are easy and a cool we are cool. Take them know say a philosophy I rule. Alright.